So kind of wanted to do a recap of this visit to the Falcon and kind of show what's going on and what I'm currently underway with. So last time I was out here, we did the lashings for the solar cover, and I was gone for essentially a month. During that time, there's been weather and everything, and she's held up most excellently. So this trip out, I have installed the battery switch and the automatic charging relay, which are working exceptionally well. And I'm going to flush out the finishing of the solar array tomorrow, because I brought the wire I needed to run to the batteries. So the solar array will actually be producing power tomorrow, hopefully. Other than that, various other things that I have done on the boat include the manufacture of the auxiliary engine bracket. I only picked up fuel today, and you can see the throttle handle here in the background. I only picked up fuel today, and ran the engine for a good 20 minutes before I decided to shut it down as a test of the charging relay and everything. Tomorrow I'm actually going to back the Falcon out of its slip, flip her around, get this engine bracket installed, but have done the preliminary measurements and it's going to fit, so that's going to work out great. This trip is an extremely short trip, and it's excruciatingly hot. Today was a high of 101, and working on the electrical systems, which means the Falcon didn't have power, aka no fans, for a large portion of it in the afternoon. And I used the runabout to go get the fuel and everything. So, but the sun has set, and the wind has picked up. So that's why I'm out here. I'm trying to cool off for the day, get little odds and ends done, cook me some food, and we'll see how it goes. So I wanted to take this opportunity in this fading light. To kind of go over some of the things that I have learned, even though I am not living aboard yet. I've spent many weeks aboard the Falcon, but no more than a week at a time because of the great distances I have to travel to get to her and everything. I'm reaching the point now where I'm comfortable with getting ready to take her out, so stand by for future voyages for the Falcon's Revenge. But some of the things that I've noticed that I've needed on board, and I thought I would give a mention out to, is a couple things. Sunblock. You shouldn't be on a boat without sunblock. And I mean block, not tanning. One of the reasons why I went with the solar arch is the sheer number of hours, especially during the summer, that I have access to direct sunlight. It's mind-blowing, and with like this particular adventure, it's been 100+ degrees. All of that is sun related. So sun block, you're going to catch color even through it. Various other things include anti-itch cream, because if you don't have bug repellent, you're going to need anti-itch cream. So you need bug repellent, and you're going to need anti-itch cream even if you have the bug repellent. Bug repellent washes off sweats off. And apparently, in my marina, if you step in the grass, you will get no-see-um bites all over your feet, unless you're wearing like full shoes. But then you'll get them at your sock line. Antibiotical ointment, because when you get the itchies, you're going to scratch, and in a sweaty environment and everything, you're going to actually kind of tear your skin open and not know about it. Plus the various nicks and cuts that you get just working and living on a sailboat. You're going to catch your arm on something, guaranteed. So antibiotic ointments and painkillers, both types, acetaminophen and ibuprofen. Acetaminophen is great for dealing with pain. Ibuprofen is a non-steroid anti-inflammatory. You're going to need both, or the equivalents of. I know some people are allergic to one or the other. So you're going to need a painkiller and you're going to need an anti-inflammatory. So I would just, I'd like to add to that list a little bit. Baby wipes. Not that you have a baby, but when you need to clean yourself off, when you need to wipe the sweat away, a baby wipe is good. It's also good for cleaning affected areas where you may not have a shower, or like in this case, I'm in the marina, you don't want to jump in this water. So a baby wipe is good for kind of like spot cleaning and everything. It works really well. And that's about it. I just thought I would mention it on sailing vessels. Hydration, very important. Don't mean beer. I prefer to stock water and then flavoring agents, because water is kind of universal, and I don't want to waste space stockpiling soda when I can just use water. Hence the soda maker, which will allow me to convert water into soda. So keep that in mind. Heat is an issue on a sailing boat. You don't have an AC. You're not a power boater. The wind is your AC. And if you're in a protected marina, you don't have very much of it. I would also look into wind scoops and stuff. I'll have a video about the wind scoops that I currently have and the ones I'm designing and making. But just wanted to give you a heads up on some of the things that you'll need that you don't think about. You'll be hard pressed to find a video talking about, hey, you want anti-itch cream on board. Yeah, it don't happen. So make sure that you've got, I mean, USA Coast Guard mandates that you have a first aid kit on board. If you want to dive into your first aid kit for the antibiotics, for the ointment, for the anti-itch cream, stuff like that, and then refurbish your first aid kit, go for it. You're required to have one on the boat, so basically all these boats got it. I don't recommend it. First aid kits are usually sealed, and you never get them packed the way they were. So I would leave that thing sealed, because you swap it out when it expires. But I would leave that thing sealed for a true emergency and stockpile separate parts. As far as the antibiotic ointment goes, I would recommend the antibiotic ointment with the painkiller in it, because it kind of serves a dual purpose on it. But the regular stuff is good too. Have it in a little kit bag that you take. The heats generated on a sailboat, even in the 80s, will apply this stuff, your ointment will turn to liquid. So be ready for that. So I would pack additional things like gauze and stuff, because the ointment don't stay where you put it. It's a liquid at that point. So if you need to keep it on a place where it's basically going to run off, you're going to need something to hold it there. So Band-Aids and gauze is a good thing. And even if it's a little nick in your finger, nothing that you would get worried about, treat it. Put the antibiotics on it. You know, at night when you're sitting down and eating and you can keep your finger extended, stuff like that. But you're going to want to treat it. Don't leave anything open. It gets dirty quick. So, having said all that, thank you for joining me. Hey, thanks for watching. As always, please subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to know of new content, and may the winds always be at your back.